When you throw open a heavy commercial door, there are massive dynamic forces at play, all transferring directly into a few inches of metal hardware. Yet, when it comes to specifying that hardware, professionals routinely reject valid engineering solutions because of a crossed terminology trap. Architectural schedules often treat full mortise and ball bearing as if they are an inseparable pair, or assume half-surface hinges are limited to plain bearing configurations. These are separate attributes. Hinge specification is driven by two completely independent engineering variables. The first variable is structural attachment, the method by which the plates anchor to the door slab and the frame. The second is bearing mechanics, how the central joint manages rotational friction. Confusion sets in when specifiers merge these two distinct operational axes into a single assumed quality tier. By permanently decoupling how a hinge attaches from how it rotates, the complex taxonomy of door hardware collapses into a simple, predictable matrix. Let's isolate that first axis, structural attachment, beginning with the baseline standard for commercial buildings. Commercial metal doors require physical preparation. A router carves precise, shallow pockets, called mortises, into the door edge and frame face. The flat hinge side plates slide into these pockets, sitting entirely flush with the steel, so only the central turning pin protrudes. Because both metal plates are completely buried within the host material, this is defined as a full mortise configuration. This is the absolute requirement for commercial hollow metal doors and frames. Structurally, sinking the plates allows short machine screws to anchor directly into heavy steel reinforcement plates that are welded inside the hollow door cavity. Functionally, burying the hardware locks in an exact tight clearance gap between the door and frame, ensuring the assembly won't bind or sag. Full mortise remains the default for metal construction because it leverages the door's internal structural cavity while preserving precise operational geometry. If you move from a steel assembly to a heavy 32-inch wide solid wood door, the rules of load distribution change. Driving short screws into the end grain of a heavy wooden door creates a massive failure point under dynamic weight. A full mortise hinge fails in this application because it forces you to anchor high stress directly into the narrowest, weakest plane of the material. To safely carry the load, the structural path is redesigned. The hinge plate moves out of the edge pocket, bends 90 degrees, and mounts flat against the door's front face. Long bolts pass completely through the door, threading into a solid metal backplate behind it. The frame side remains cleanly hidden in its mortise, while the door side mounts visibly to the surface. This is a half-surface hinge. Through bolting eliminates the reliance on the pull-out strength of small screws. Instead, the door is held by the shear clamping force of the sandwiched metal plates. Engineers utilize the half-surface configuration as a structural workaround, shifting heavy, dynamic loads across the broad face of uncooperative materials where edge fastening would fail. With structural attachment covered, we can shift to the second axis, bearing mechanics, which happens entirely inside the central hinge barrel. The most basic way a hinge operates is direct metal-on-metal sliding friction. Over thousands of cycles under heavy load, unmitigated sliding friction causes those metal knuckles to compress and grind down. This is a plain bearing. It is highly cost-effective and performs perfectly well on lightweight or low-traffic doors. In a commercial environment, vertical material loss causes the door to drop, misaligning the latch and strike plate, which instantly compromises the building's security. The primary catalyst that accelerates this failure is the door closer. A closer introduces constant spring resistance. It continuously fights the user's opening path, placing severe lateral and rotational stress directly onto the top hinges. To combat this resistance, we have to convert sliding friction into rolling friction by inserting a ring of tiny steel balls directly between the knuckles. This ball-bearing hinge relies on the exact same mechanical principle as an automotive wheel bearing, designed to sustain extreme loads without losing vertical alignment. In high-traffic environments, ball bearings provide the specific mechanical endurance needed to counteract the constant spring resistance and lateral forces generated by commercial door closers. There is a third mechanical option that achieves commercial-grade durability without relying on separate, moving steel balls. This is the oil-impregnated bearing, frequently listed on architectural schedules under the trade name Oilite. Instead of solid steel, It uses a sintered bronze ring, functioning like a porous metallic sponge. Under heavy use, friction heat causes microscopic oil beads to seep out, forming a protective fluid barrier. When the joint cools, the oil is pulled back into the metal. While Oilite technically utilizes sliding friction, its reactive self-lubrication prevents the rapid metal-on-metal degradation seen in standard plain bearings. Oil-impregnated bearings offer a durable, whisper-quiet, and maintenance-free solution, proving that rolling elements aren't the only way to manage commercial friction. By decoupling structural attachment from friction mechanics, we can synthesize these two concepts into a cohesive specification model. This grid captures the entire decision matrix. First, select your column based entirely on the door's material structure. Choose full mortise for metal framing, or half surface for solid wood. Next, select your row based entirely on operational stressors. Choose plain for light use, ball bearing to fight closure resistance, or Oilite for quiet endurance. Alphanumeric hardware codes that previously looked like arbitrary catalog numbers now map exactly to specific coordinates on this grid. Grab a screenshot of this matrix and keep it on hand during your next submittal review. Isolating structural attachment from friction management transforms hardware specification from arbitrary catalog memorization into a clear, logical engineering discipline.